Hello, Magic players. Time to look at some more Brothers War cards. We're looking at Mono Red right now. We're looking at the red cards. Without further ado, let's just do it. Okay, Arms Race. 4 mana enchantment. 4, you may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield that gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Phew, well then. It's like Sneak Attack, but with artifacts. I mean, I can see people making a modern deck with that and Blightsteel. But I don't really see it doing much in Limited. It's just 8 mana to do something. When why would you do that? Alright. Bitter Reunion. Urza and Mishra. 2 mana enchantment. When it enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. 1, sacrifice it. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. Huh, neat. So it's a Tormenting Voice, but it's an enchantment that can also give your creatures haste. Alright, Brotherhood's End. Tokasia was their teacher, and he died when they started fighting each other. Alright, Brotherhood's End deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Whoo! Or destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. That's a little less flashy than the first ability. But yeah, this is a board wipe. Conscripted Infantry, 3 mana, 3/1. When it dies, you get a soldier token. Alright, you know. Draconic Destiny. 3 mana, enchantment. Really? Aura. Enchant a creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+1, has flying, haste, and fire breathing. It's a dragon. When it dies, return this to its owner's hand. Okay. It's okay. Dwarven Forge Chanter. 2 mana, 1/3, ward, pay 2 life, prowess. It's okay. Excavated Explosion. Deals 3 damage to any target, create a Power Stone. This seems good and limited. This is definitely the Bolt so far. Alright, the Fall of Krug. 6 mana. Is Krug a big dragon? Choose target opponent, destroy target land that player controls. It deals 3 damage to that player and 1 damage to each creature they control. Seems okay. Alright, Falagi Chain Dancer. 2 mana, it gains double strike. It's okay. Not super duper, but it's okay. Feldon. Is that the Feldon Kane or Feld's Kane? It is. It is, and he's in like an ice tunnel. Is Ice Age coming back? That'd be pretty cool. If we went back in time, that means an Ice Age is coming up. Alright, 2 mana, 2/2, haste, can't block. Whenever it's dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Choose 1 until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Seems legit. Seems really legit. I like that card. Alright, Giant Cindermaw. 3 mana, 4/3, trample. Players can't gain life. Ho! That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. I like that. 3 mana, 4/3, trample. Already strong. And then players can't gain life. Very solid card. Alright, Goblin Blast Runner. Most goblins can light a fuse and run, but only the cleverest remember to drop the bomb. 1 mana, 1/2, gets +2/0 and has menace as long as you sacrificed a permanent this turn. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. Good little goblin. Alright, Horned Stoneseeker. This lizard has a basket of rocks. That's weird. Alright, 2 mana, 2/2, menace. Already good enough. When it enters, make a Power Stone token. When it leaves, sacrifice a Power Stone. Okay. Okay. Seems legit, though. I like it. Alright, Mechanized Warfare. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage, it deals that much damage +1. Okay. Alright, Mishra. Excavation Prodigy. 3 mana, 2/1 haste, 1 tap, discard a card, draw a card. Whenever you discard one or more artifacts, Add 2 red. This triggers only once each turn. Seems okay. Can ramp you by 1. Can loot ramp. Alright. Mishra's Command. Red X. Okay, choose 2. Choose target player. They may discard up to X cards, then draw a card. For each card discarded this way. This spell deals X damage to target creature. This spell deals X damage to target planeswalker. Target creature gets plus X plus O and gains haste. Not super great. I'm not crazy about that. Of all the commands, I don't like that one so far. Mishra's Domination. Enchant creature. As long as you control enchanted creature, it gets +2/+2. Otherwise, it can't block. Okay, so it's either the creature can't block, or it gets +2/+2. That's a neat take on Goblin Warpaint. Alright, Mishra's Onslaught. 4 mana instant. Create 2/1, choose 1, create 2 1/1 soldiers, or creatures you control get +2/0. Yeah, I mean, that seems good, actually. No way! Swaswa, Monastery Swiftspear is getting a reprint. No way. Monastery Swiftspear. Price. Stop that. Price. 79 cents. It's actually cheaper than I thought. And I guess it'll probably be even cheaper after it, No, because it being in standard might actually bump the price up a little. Neat. Neat that got reprinted. I'm close out of these by now, I think. Alright. I apologize that you had to look at my other tabs for a moment. I just posted a different video, and that's what was up there. I know, ugly, stinky, unprofessional. Anyway, Monastery Swiftspear, if you didn't know, is a 1 mana, 1/2 haste and prowess. It's in Burn, in Modern. It's incredibly powerful. Don't underestimate this card. If you see this in Draft, probably grab it. Obliterating Bolt. 2 mana sorcery, deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If it would die, exile it instead. Seems good. Good removal. Alright, Over the Top. 7 mana. Each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control, puts all permanent cards they revealed this way onto the battlefield, then puts the rest into their graveyard. That's stupid for 7 mana. For 5 mana, sure, but for 7 mana, meh. Penregon Strongbull. Well, I hate that word. I hate everything about this card so far. 3 mana, 2/3, 1, sacrifice an artifact. It gets +1/+1 till end of turn and deals 1 damage to each opponent. Yeah, I mean, it's an okay card. I just really hate the art and the name. So, but if I'm building a sacrifice deck, I may end up running it. Alright, Feeric Blast. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. Okay, so it's fling and draw a card for 4 mana. It's fling and draw a card for 4 mana. That's okay. Raze to the ground. They will raze Minas Tirith to the ground. Alright, 3 mana, can't be countered. Destroy an artifact. If its mana value is 1 or less, draw a card. First one, then a second, then a third of the ivory towers fell to the invaders, who moved in a circle around the city like an apocalyptic clock. Cool flavor text. Good card. In a set full of artifacts. Good card. Rock Hunter. 2 mana, 3/1 reach. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it. If you're aggro, that's pretty solid. Alright, Sardian Cliff Stomper. 2 mana, 0/4. As long as it's your turn and you control 4 or more mountains, Sardian Cliff Stomper gets +XO, where X is the number of mountains you control. Whoo! Wowee! That seems really strong. When Urza betrayed the Sardian dwarves, they called upon the might of their neighbors for aid. So if you have 4 mountains, he's a 2 mana 4/4. during your turn. So when you attack, he'll never be a good blocker, but he can be a good attacker. Alright, Sibling Rivalry, cool art, I guess. 4 mana, gain control of target artifact or creature, untap it, it gains haste, create a Power Stone. It's the next in line of the, like, betrayal type cards. Tomacool Scrapsmith. Dude looks pretty cool. I like the art for this. He's like, he reminds me of the mole guy from Atlantis. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. There's a movie called Atlantis. It's like an animated Disney movie. And there's a mole guy who wears goggles like that. When Tomacool Scrapsmith, 3 mana 2/1. Excuse me, it's a 3 mana 2/1. When it enters, mill 3, put an artifact from among them into your hand. If you don't, it gets a +1. Another one of those, mill yourself and get a card back cards. Alright, Tyrant of Kerr Ridges. Pretty cool art. It's destroying that spaceship, Orthopter. 6 mana, 4/5. When it enters, it deals 4 damage to any target. I see you there. I see you there, Flametongue Kavu. Where's the reprint of Flametongue Kavu? Alright, and red, and it has fire breathing. I always shortcut this ability that's pay a mana, it gets +1/0 as fire breathing, and if it says like 1 mana and it gets +1/+1, I call that the shade ability. I wish they would make those keywords and just say like flying, fire breathing. Or like fire breathe, red. I don't know. That's just my thought. This seems like such a bomb in Limited, but it's totally unplayable, probably, in Standard and in any other format. That's okay, though. In Limited, it's a good bomb. Alright, 5 mana, Unleash Shell. It deals 5 damage to target creature, Planeswalker, and 2 damage to that permanent's controller. Very solid removal. Solid 5 mana, burn something. Alright, Visions of Phyrexia. 4 mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Already good. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't play a card from exile this turn, create a Power Stone. Okay. I can get behind it. Lets you dig for extra cards, and if you don't play them, you get Power Stones, so at least you're not, losing anything. Whirling Strike. Target creature gets +2/0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. Yeah. I will trust Desert Steel in Falaji hands over a soulless machine any day. Mishra's Bodyguard, but is it Mishra after he went Phyrexian? We'll see. Where are all the Phyrexian artifacts that have the prototype ability? Alright, anyway, Blitz Automaton. This is good. Whirling Strike, I think, is a very good combat trick in Limited. Blitz Automaton. Ooh, this is a common. 3 mana, 3/2, or a 7 mana, 6/4 haste. I mean, a 3 mana, 3/2 haste is already pretty strong. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Falaji Dragon Engine. Alright, 8 mana, 5/5, or 3 mana, 1/3. It has bad fire breathing and flying. 2 mana gets +1/0. See, it could just have fire breathe for 2 colorless. Fire breathe 2, But, I don't know, an 8 mana, 5/5 flying's pretty good. I'm not crazy about it, but it might be good enough to pick in Limited. Heavyweight Demolisher, 7 mana, 8/6 Menace. The beginning of your upkeep, tap it, or unless you pay 3. So, 7 mana, 8/6 Menace, you have to pay 3 on your upkeep. 8 mana, Unearth. I'm not crazy about it, but it is big and scary. Yeah, it's big scary thing. Alright, Mishra's Juggernaut. It's a new Juggernaut. 5 mana, 5/3 trample, attacks each combat if able, and unearth for 6. Kind of a bad Juggernaut. I don't know. Not great. Mishra's Research Desk. 1 mana, artifact. Oh, this is the equivalent of the creatures, but it's not a creature. Look at this frickin' Nuka-Cola Quantum sitting on his desk. Alright, 1 mana, artifact. 1 tap, sacrifice it, exile the top 2 of your library. Choose one until end of your next turn. You may play that card. Actually seems pretty strong. Actually seems pretty strong. Lets you dig for 4 cards, since you can unearth it. Alright. Onward. Scrapwork Mutt, 2 mana, 2/1. When it enters, you may discard. If you do, draw, and it has unearth. Also seems pretty good. If you're running the, get more creature cards in your graveyard sub-theme, or if you're running some good unearth cards, that's pretty solid. Good in Reanimator, too. Alright, Skitterbeam Battalion. I'm getting, what's it called? Starship Troopers. I'm getting Starship Troopers vibes. The bugs are coming! Alright. 9 mana, 4/4. Trample Haste. Ooh, okay. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. Oh, shit. So it's either 5 mana for 3 2/2s or 9 mana for 3 4/4s with Trample and Haste. That can just win the game outright. Like, you just cast it for 9 and it's like, 12 power and toughness coming at you. Alright, so what do I think of the red cards? Scrapwork Mutt is good. Research Desk is good. I do like Scrapwork Mutt a lot. Whirling Strike is decent. Blitz Automaton is really good. Rock Hunter is good. If you're running the Sacrifice sub-theme, the Strong Bull is good. Monastery Swiftspear is nuts. Like, actually crazy. The Stone Seeker is good. Cindermaw is really... Lots of good uncommons. Explosion is good. Excavation Explosion is pretty good for commons. Bitter Reunion also good. Lots of discard draw, which is very good for red. And that is it for me looking at the red cards. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm totally off the mark, or if you also think Scrapwork Mutt is a very solid pick. Anyway, peace out.